because I cannot beat it with a Zog. And he doesn't even have fucking metal right now. Okay, that guy needs some more, so that's fine. Alright, this is just good. I don't know who he is, but he's about to get fucking deleted. Give me a second.
Oh my god, Wolverine, oh my god. I'm a god. Whoo! Play the game. Play the game, boy.
In position. ECM deployed.
Play the fuck. Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your boy Hellraider here. Hope you guys enjoyed that Rampage clip. And if you don't know, the Rampage sucks. It sucks a lot. I just make it look really good in that clip. But thanks to specialist abilities and some bullshit, I survived and get 8 kills. Today, we are here to rant about Call of Duty and Call of Duty things. Not all Call of Duty, but it's mostly based around that. But with that said, I'm bringing you a Vapor operator mod gameplay. I'm using the bayonet, I'm using Ajax. We're on one of the new maps, Madagascar, and I just go ham. I stab people, I world star them, I fucking double kill them. It's a grand old time. Alright, let's talk about today's agenda. One of the things I'm feeling as a player of video games and a player of console games and things of that nature, and with all the free-to-play games coming out, such as like Apex, such as Fortnite, which I still hate and I don't understand why people play it, and other things like that, the game market is becoming a very competitive place. With that said, as a consumer and a gamer, I am getting severely aggravated being a $60 beta tester. Like, why? Why am I this person? If I'm paying $60 for your product, unless you tell me it's still a work in progress or it's for early access to support the game, why am I getting an unfinished product? This goes for multiple games. It's not just Call of Duty, even though Call of Duty is a big part of it. Recently, in the last couple years, Division 1, a lot of MMO-like games, Destiny 2, just things that aren't finished or broken or need an extra 6 months. A good example is Anthem right now. Don't get me wrong, I like Anthem, I like looter shooters, I like the idea, I like the teamwork, I like the competitiveness, I like the roles, I like the grinding, I like the strongholds and strikes and multiple coordinated efforts. But I'm really sick and tired of waiting 6 to 7 months to have a complete game, or a game that's fully functioning, or a game that's supposed to function as it was on day one. I don't understand. Why am I being this $60 beta tester when you have alphas, private betas, open betas? Like, what's the point of them if I'm just going to still be a beta tester later on in this game's lifespan? I don't want to wait 6, 7 months down the road to have the game that I should have had at day one. That's just super aggravating to me. A good example of this was Division. Division 1 was broken on arrival, through the Dark Zone, through loot, through everything. And 7 months, 8 months later, the player base revived, and it was a completely different game than when it started. You could say the same thing with Destiny 1, through all the updates and content and all these other things, and changes and subclasses and abilities and like reworks. Yeah, cool, fine. But why is it taking so long? Why didn't someone not see these exploits? Why did someone not see the glitches or the code, or experiment in the way that other gamers do? Where do you grab these people? Are we your guinea pigs? Like, that's ridiculous. Okay, enough with the beta topic issue. Next topic to go along, it kind of streamlines right in. If you guys didn't know, Call of Duty just released or Activision I should say, just released its Call of Duty mobile trailer. Now, as a Call of Duty fan, that sounds awesome. I'm totally online for a Call of Duty mobile game. And if you haven't seen the trailer, it looks pretty alright. The graphics are, for a mobile game, it looks pretty alright. It has decent graphics, it has maps. It's kind of like Call of Duty Online from China. So it has maps from both the Modern Warfare series, the Black Ops series, the World at War series. It has its own zombie mode with zombie storyline. It's not in any of the games. It even hinted at having its own battle royale. It has multiple weapons across the series, like modern and old school, and like Black Ops 3. It even has Black Ops 3 specialist weapons and equipment in there, which doesn't make sense to me. It's not implemented in the same way as Black Ops 4, but it still exists, which is still aggravating. Anyways, as cool as that sounds, and as interesting as that sounds, as an impassioned Call of Duty player, I like the idea, I like the innovation, but it also makes me wonder, is this why Black Ops 4 hasn't had any, super, open collaboration, updates, anything that's been going for it. Why'd we have to wait 6 months for a weapon balance patch that you, I don't know, threw out the window after 2 days because pro players complained about it? Like, the 5% of people playing Call of Duty on a competitive level had to change the entire meta back because they were annoyed they only had to use one gun because that's the only competitive gun? I mean, there's your problem right there. If that's the only competitive gun, buff the other guns. Why are we reverting the two most overpowered guns back to their positions of being the most overpowered? If you don't know what I'm talking about the Maddox and the SOG. The Maddox is the last assault rifle you unlock. Granted, it should be pretty good. It has a really fast fire rate. It's pretty freaking accurate. It's a little less accurate now, but it used to be a lot less accurate before they rebuffed it, if you will. And to me, the Maddox should be a close-range assault rifle. Not mid, not long. If you have controlled, recoil, you know how to control the gun, then yes, you can do those things. But you should not be able to just spray the gun down at fucking laser sight lines and just nail people off. With that said, the SOG is the other submachine gun I'm talking about, and it can move super fast around people. You can get out-rotated super easily, and it's aggravating. It's aggravating as all get out. They nerfed stock, and then it was like in line with other subs, and then became, imagine that, not so competitive anymore, because other subs can either outgun it with damage, or they can move the same. It takes more skill to use the gun. Imagine that. But they also threw that nerf out the window and rebuffed its stock, so now it moves just as fast as it did before, if not just a little bit less. But so where's our patch notes? Where's our secret? There's guns that have been stealthily buffed that they haven't talked about. We can talk about the SWAT. When the SWAT was first shown into the game, it was garbage. It was barely competable. Like, ICR was still a laser at that point in time, and the Maddox was in its fucking prime, and the Rampart's always been good. It couldn't compete with those guns unless you were flanking, or you caught them off guard, or they were a trash player with no thumbs. Now, the SWAT seems like it's one of the best guns in the game. Almost overly competitive, which is nuts to me. Another one of the guns that was stealthily updated that no one talked about was the KN. KN used to not nearly compete at all with the Vapor or anything in the game, and now all of a sudden it can stand on its own 2 feet against ICRs, Maddoxes, and Vapors because of rapid fire and grip. That blows my mind. But no one talks about these little stealth buffs that aren't on the patch notes or anything like that. And with this team, or maybe it's not the Treyarch team, but with a team that's working on this Call of Duty mobile game, is that why we're just having all these super crazy delayed patches and weapon balancing and underwhelming content added to Black Ops 4? I mean, having to wait 6 months into the game's lifespan just to get a weapons balance update is nuts. That's so long, letting a group of weapons run rampant in multiplayer and being so overly used and overly powerful and having them be just that annoying is ridiculous. I mean, something's better than nothing, I guess, but I just like the game to be a little bit more attentive than what we're having. With that said, the underwhelming content, come on. I know you guys got a third mode, quote-unquote, Blackout this year, but you can't just have 2 multiplayer maps. And you can't call a slightly change of, time of day a new map. You know how annoying that is? Seeing Sunset come up, twice the amount as other maps? Or see Firing Range come out twice the amount as other maps? I can understand if it was the same map that you would normally get to choose from, and then it would load in either night or day, or rainy or not rainy, or evening or morning, whatever you want to choose, but it should not be its own separate map. That's just dumb. That's just overpopulating the map rotation, and when you get to play these same maps over and over again, it just becomes aggravating and annoying. You don't want to play them anymore. Honestly, the best maps in this game are some of the older maps that are from other games. I don't know if it's because spawns are better or spawns were more balanced out at that point in time, but the maps we have are just too small. The only exception being Madagascar and Elevation. Those maps actually give you some breathing room. If you spawn in, you're not spawned into immediate death or spawn trap or spawn flip. You actually get some room to move around. And if they're encroaching your spawn, it'll push you to the right or left for a little safety bumper. That's how good maps should work. It should not have me die, respawn the other side of the map, die, respawn back to the side I just died on, and do that 6 times in a row. It should not happen. We need bigger maps for games with infinite sprint, or bigger maps in general. I don't know. I don't give a shit about Zombies 1. Blackout's the only thing that actually lets this game breathe for me at this point and is making it enjoyable. With that said, I'm more solely focused on multiplayer. I want multiplayer stuff. I want multiplayer good things. Multiplayer is the reason I started playing this game in the first place. So hopefully in the future, Black Ops 4 will do its thing and get better, but I don't really want to wait 8 months down the road. On the horizon, there's Modern Warfare 4. And if that literally is a sinking ship waiting to happen, I am done playing Call of Duty forever. It's done. Granted, if they have a remaster of Modern Warfare 2 and 3 with full multiplayer, alright, you got me there. But that's it. Then I'm done. I'm never buying another one again. As for now, I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. This is your boy Hellraider, signing off.